Back here after a few days away, get the group reset.
Yeah, it's nice. It's, we really weren't gone that long, but the trip did feel a little bit longer than normal. I think maybe just because of the nature of 3 real late flights and stuff like that, and getting in late to each city. But covering a lot of miles and time changes and stuff like that. But yeah, it's certainly nice to be back. Good day off yesterday, New Year's Day, and then. Good hard skate today. You guys will be ready for the week ahead.
Looks like Rasmus Sandin is kind of ramping up, getting ready to return. What do you hope to see from him if he does return, and maybe some of the changes on defense that could come with it?
Well, you're just looking for him to get back to playing the way he was. He's been playing really well and playing lots for us, and we're getting healthy back there now. But we're still wanting guys to find their game again and show the progress that they've made through, in Rasmus' case before he was injured, he was taking on a lot, because of the other injuries we had. Others have come in and done a job since he's been injured, and that's a really good sign for our depth. But, for the guys that are in the lineup, you're wanting to see them really just, find a groove and get confident and get comfortable. It gives us a chance here now to get Brody back on the right side with Morgan and Sandy back with Lily, and those guys have done a really good job for us. So, it's a good opportunity for that. And at the same time, Connor Timmins has played really well for us. He's going to come out, but he's played really well. And, we're going to use the time wisely that he's not playing to continue to work with him to allow him to continue to grow into his potential, because I think he still has room to grow there.
Seeing Anderson and Hollowell, Anderson going back today, obviously, give you a chance to see some depth there and talk about their contributions.
Yeah, Joey did a really good job when he was here for us. We wanted to give him a good run of games, and I think we were able to do that, and he did a good job. He's a guy, I felt comfortable having him on the bench and putting him out there, even with some tough matchups. And with Holmberg and Aston Reese, those guys have really taken a step for us in terms of our ability to trust them on the ice, regardless of matchups. And Joey fit in pretty well with that. As I talked to him about, there's another side to the game that he shows at the AHL level in terms of offense and being able to finish chances and create chances for he and his line mates, and hasn't been able to do that consistently at the NHL level. And that's a big hurdle for a lot of players to make and to take. So that's the next step for him, going back to continue to work through that, and then when he finds his way back to the NHL, is to really look to solidify himself. I don't think he's done that quite yet, but he's certainly shown to be a valuable depth piece for us.
What can you take from the game against St. Louis last week that you can apply tomorrow?
Well, it's a funny game as you're coming right out of the break, so it's never one you want to spend too much time thinking about, because it could lead you down a road that's not necessarily correct or appropriate. But that said, I think at times in the game we saw how dangerous they are in the rush and in transition, and we fed into that a little bit. And they're also, they've got lots of size and strength and reach and all those kind of things that they utilize on the back end. Especially, they made it hard on our forwards to get off the boards, and a lot of the play on the walls I thought we struggled with out there. But the competitive piece I think naturally ramps up coming out of the break here now, and I thought we got better in that area as the trip wore on. But certainly they're a good team that when you give extra opportunities to them, make you look bad, and we've got a real structure that way.
Do you expect to put Riley back with that top unit, or do you want to see this play?
Yeah, we'll see. Well, as I said when we went to 5 forwards, I don't see it as a long-term solution, but I've been happy with what we've seen from it, and I think we owe it the opportunity to grow and really see it, rather than overreacting to one thing that might go wrong or might not look good. We need to give it a little bit of time if we're serious about it, and we are serious about it, and we've seen enough progress to be able to let it breathe a bit. All that said, if you look just the other night as an example, if we had a power play in the third period, Morgan would have been there. We would have went with a lead. We would have went with one defenseman, And I think we'll see a little bit of that along the way. But I think Mitch has done an incredible job in managing his role on the power play in terms of distributing the puck and being in good spots, and really hasn't made many mistakes, and he's really helped the offense. So, like I said, I think we owe it to that to breathe a little bit here. We'll see where that takes us.
Do you see it as just kind of a tool to have in your back pocket?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, part of it is going with the 5 forwards, but part of it also was just to be able to see Mitch in some different spots and see what that looks like. And even if maybe there's a time when you do put a defenseman out there, but maybe the defenseman doesn't necessarily go at the top because Mitch is so confident there, or you can create some switches and rotations that allows Mitch to get up there and be very comfortable in that spot, and the players comfortable reading off of him. So there's some things that might come out of this that help us if we go back to a 1-4 setup, but right now it's served us well, and like I said, I think we owe it the opportunity to continue to grow.
Mitch, Austin, and Willie are your top point getters. They all have 42 points. Some of your main rivals in the conference also have the same thing. How important is it that your top players be your top players, given the way things are and how tight it's going to be? Yeah,
I don't think that's any secret. I don't think there's really no team in the league that isn't at the top of the league with elite players that can contribute, and everybody has a sound team game around that. But the separator is those players are able to produce. The league is probably closer than ever, and salary cap and all these different things that allow that to happen, and especially with the flat cap, I think you've seen the sort of the teams that have had the cap space over the last couple of years kind of make the league more competitive from the bottom. But the elite players make a difference. A lot of the top teams have guys that are in their prime and kind of leading the way for their team at all positions. And our guys certainly over the last number of years have taken big steps, and our team game around that has really grown. And as a result, we can put ourselves in a good spot as a team. But that's something that we're monitoring and staying on top of every single day, because you don't want to let that slip because it is so tight.
Do you think Williams' ability to shoot the puck has changed anything for Austin?
Anything
for Austin, just these last couple months playing together?
I wouldn't say that. I think that he's just. I think those guys over the time that they've played together here, their chemistry has sort of grown, and they've reconnected that way, and that's been good to see. There hasn't been a lot of reason to change it at this point. Again, something I look at and think about a lot, but I've liked it, and I like the way the players have responded to it. But certainly, just the fact that he's confident, I think no matter where he plays or who he plays with, that he can just be himself. When he has an opportunity to shoot the puck, he's going to shoot the puck. When he has a chance to make a play, he'll make the play. So I do think that it provides a different dynamic. And Mitch, when he's at his best, is doing that very well too. Obviously, he's very much a pass-first guy, and he's going to have the puck on his stick a lot. But Willie, for the most part, can get you through the neutral zone really well. And then from there, there's a little more puck time available for everyone. And I think, whether it's Austin or Bunce, those guys have benefited from that.
I don't know if I got fuzzy eyes, but Willie looks bigger, stronger, lower body. Do you notice a bit more power in his skating?
I think you probably have fuzzy eyes.
I'm not saying I don't.
But no, listen, Will's been a powerful, strong guy, I think, as long as he's been in the league. He's obviously gotten older, and maybe there's something that comes with that, but I don't think anything's changed in terms of his preparation. He's a guy that you can't question how he works off the ice. He puts in the work. He's a guy that's often in this facility on an off day by himself putting in work. So he's not shy to do that, and certainly has the ability. I think he's just utilized more. I think we've always seen that, but I think it's been more consistent this season. And I've been trying to push and challenge him to be a premier player in the league for as long as I've been here. I know he believes that he has the ability to be that. I think he's needed to push along the way, maybe at times more so than others, but I think he's enjoying this whole piece of how he's playing and the results that he's been getting, and he's been utilizing the strengths and the tools that he has more consistently on both sides of the puck.